So I'm out here in the vast wilderness, and I think I have found, I'm not sure, but I think I've found a socially acceptable, antisocial, social distancing location. So I brought you along. But why I brought you along is because I know I have some things that I can tell you about that could help you. You see, recently we've had a few trembles, if you will, in Utah and Idaho. A lot of people are concerned about earthquakes. Some believe their homeowner's insurance would cover an earthquake loss. Well, I'm here to tell you that a standard homeowner's policy does not cover earthquakes. It doesn't cover earth movement, and it doesn't cover landslides. Earthquake coverage can be added, but typically it has a 10% deductible, which means the loss would have to be fairly significant for coverage to even be triggered. There are policies that have 5% deductibles. This additional change can cost money. In fact, it does. It does cost money, last I checked. And some people see the price tag and they're unwilling to add it at that point. Another thing, the CARES Act. Recently we've been dealing with a pandemic in the world that we haven't seen the likes of as far as how it has affected our economy and those whose health is affected. There's a lot of back and forth on both sides saying, what's more appropriate? Should we let the economy run? Should we close up everything and make sure no one else gets sick? I don't have the answer, but what I can tell you is the CARES Act does have some elements that apply in relation to health savings accounts. 3 areas in specific. One of those is that you can now purchase over-the-counter drugs with your health savings account. You couldn't do that before. So that's kind of big. Those of you who want to spend that money on over-the-counter medications, you can do that until the end of next year, so the end of 2021. Another thing is that it allows health insurers to provide telehealth to those who have high deductible health plans before they meet their deductibles. Previously, if you had a high deductible health plan with a $5,000 deductible, you'd have to pay that first $5,000 before you could have the insurance company foot the bill for a telehealth visit, which, isn't really that expensive. But in light of what's going on right now, it can be helpful to have more people using telehealth than going to the urgent care or emergency room. Third way it affects health savings accounts is that you can now have prescriptions covered before you meet your deductible. Previously, you had to again pay that $5,000 or whatever the deductible was before medications would be paid for by the plan. Now that's changed. Those are the 3 things. If you have any questions on them, feel free to ask. Reach out to us at Landmark Risk Management and Insurance. We just want to help. Any way we can, feel free to give us a call, whether you're insured with us or not. We're happy to help you. This information has been brought to you by Landmark Risk Management and Insurance. I hope you enjoyed this antisocial social distancing episode, and take a look at what I found over here. Got some writing on the wall here. Let's see what we can find up here. This clearly appears to be an ancient Native American fire pit. You can tell by the rounded corners on the stones that it's been used for thousands of years. Very cool to see something like this out here. Wow. Check these out. Oh yeah. These are pretty stinking cool. Probably a little easier to see in the shade. Okay, here, this one clearly says that there's going to be a global pandemic. That's why it's round. And I can't make out much more on that, but let's go ahead and move up the line here. Oh, the hand is symbolic of social distancing. Keep your distance. Man, they did not have thumbs back then. Look at that. Looks like something's been broken off here. That clearly was the key to curing this whole mess. Oh, looks like they imprinted a baby's foot here. Okay, this was clearly someone letting their kids just play with chisels. I think that'd be frowned upon. All these drawings kids made on the wall, you can't wash this off. I mean, this is permanent stuff. And they just chisel it right in there. And my wife would have a fit if the kids did that on our wall.
Brought to you by Landmark Risk Management and Insurance. The experience is the difference.